Hi everyone, welcome to month 2, week 2 body weight workout. So if you are newer here, I just kind of want to give you a rundown of how the third workout works. So this workout is always non-equipment. So the only thing that you probably are going to need is a towel, a yoga mat, blanket. If you have carpet, that's totally fine. As you can see, I have just like a yoga towel here. That is all you'll need along with yourself. I will always show modifications on this particular workout because normally there's some sort of thing, either maybe like a jumping move, not today, you're welcome, but you're not gonna like me. Or there's just a move where I'm like, hey, like if you've had a shoulder injury or whatever, here's the modification. I try to make this mostly low impact. There are weeks where there's more high impact stuff, but it's all just using your body, and every week is really completely different, which is fun because you're like, I never know what torture is gonna happen. But today specifically is all core focus. It is full body because it's a lot of plank. So we're planking a lot. We're just kind of doing something different in the plank position each time. I also have a video. If you want to like scroll through the photos and videos, you can click like, you don't have to scroll on the page. You can actually click, like photos or videos from the group. I posted which app that I use for the body weight workouts because you can actually customize and create workouts on there for a timer, so it'll ding at you so you're not like constantly looking at your watch like, is it time yet, is it time yet? You can actually create in there like, oh, 40 seconds of work, 20 seconds of rest, and it'll ding at you on the app. So it's an interval timer. You can probably download almost any interval timer from the App Store, and it's going to be totally fine. For today, we're going to be doing 45 seconds of work, so 45 seconds of the actual exercise, 15 seconds of recovery. We're going to do as many rounds as possible in the 30 minutes time. Also with this, I don't do the whole workout with you only because I want this workout specifically to be really customized, meaning I might say 45 seconds of work and 15 seconds of rest, but you might not be ready for that. Maybe you need to do 30 seconds of work, 30 seconds of rest. Maybe you can only do 20 minutes of this. That is absolutely okay. So for this kind of workout, I go through each exercise, I show you the modification, I give you like a script. So I'm gonna prescribe 45 seconds of work, 15 seconds of rest, 30 minutes, of working out. But again, I want this day 3 always to be customized to fit you. So I want you to do with that what you may. I also submit a playlist for this. So really this is the kind of day where I show you the exercise. You can kind of just write it down. You can set your own timer. You can blare the music and do what you want to do. So today it's all about planks. If you've ever worked with me before in regards to I know I've hosted core challenges in the past and we've had days that are super plank focused, you're probably like, great. So each exercise is a variation of a plank. I want you to know that there's going to be a modification for each one, so I don't want you to stress. And if you've had a shoulder injury or something like that, that's totally fine. If you sub this workout out for another body weight that we've done in the past, maybe you kind of definitely take the exercise time down. That's all right. Remember, today is all about modification. So in that being said, this is also can be as hard or difficult as you need it to be. That's the point of this group, is that anybody can come in and make a workout what they need it to be. So the first exercise is just a straight up plank, okay? Because you're just gonna be activating the core muscles. Planks use a full body. That's why I love them. So you're using your shoulders, you're using your core, you're using your legs. Everything is engaged when you're doing the plank correctly. So the first plank can be done in multiple ways. So first is the long arm. If you're familiar with planks, you know what this looks like. The hands are right underneath that shoulder. And remember, we're not dipping down. See how my pelvis just went to the ground? We don't want that. We want the core nice and engaged. The second way is down on the forearms here. And then there's also the option where we're modifying and bringing the knees down, okay? So So if you are recovering from an injury, if you're a postpartum, etc., and you need to bring yourself down to the knees, that's fine. So you're gonna hold a plank for 45 seconds. Maybe half of that you do a regular plank, and then you need to drop to your knees for the last half. That's okay, okay? That just gives you room to grow in the future. So the second move that we're going to do is shoulder taps in the plank position. So you're gonna go into a long arm here, right here. I like to spread my feet kind of out more than hip width. And we're gonna be tapping, alternating those hands, tapping the opposite shoulder. And the thing here is the core is nice and tight, so we're not moving like this, okay? We're trying to avoid this movement. We're trying to stay right here, as strong as possible. Modification, drop to those knees, right here. And remember, when you modify, you can also move your hands out a little bit in front of you. You're gonna notice that the core tenses up a little bit more when you move those hands out, okay? So that is move 2. Move 3, hip dips in plank position. The modification on this one is to go back to a plank hold, or maybe do a different core exercise if you want, like Russian twists, crunches, whatever you want. Just because this is a little different, you're not really able to do the hip dip on your knees. So, but there are 2 different ways that you can do it, okay? So you can do long arm. You're just gonna do a nice twist. You're dipping, alternating each hip down. That's one way. I prefer to get down on my forearms, dipping here, okay? So you don't have to tap the hip bone all the way down or anything like that, okay? But you don't wanna be piking up, okay? So sometimes when we get tired in a plank, we're like way up here. I want you to bring it down for those dips, okay? That was number 3. I want you to take a breath. You're gonna be all right. So the next one is a plank crawl out to push up. You can, of course, leave the push out if you need to, okay? This one doesn't really need to be modified. There's no jumping or anything like that. If you need some assistance or you absolutely need to sub this move out, please message me. I can send you something else to do. But this one, you're just gonna be standing tall. You're gonna crawl all the way out to a plank position, nice and flat here. Come down, push up, all the way back up to a standing position. And you just repeat that over and over. Some people call it an inchworm. Again, the modification would be if you need to take that push-up out at the end, you can. Just crawl all the way out to a regular plank, maybe a nice little 3-second hold, and then stand back up, okay? Are you okay? Okay, so the last one there is a modification for because there's a little bit of impact, not a lot. These are called plank jacks. They're about as horrible as you think they are. I'm just kidding. So go out to a long arm plank position, and you're actually gonna be jacking here. Remember, I want you to protect your lower back. So I don't want you down here doing a plank jack. I don't want you up here doing a plank jack, okay? I want you nice and straight, right here. The modification, you're just gonna step those toes out. Keep a nice flat back, a straight line, a strong plank, okay? You're just taking that impact out of it, okay? So I will say, if you've had really bad back issues, maybe back surgery, this might be one of those moves. Just don't risk it, because if you do get tired, your core gets tired, and you lose form, and you're doing those plank jacks with the impact, you could probably really mess up that lower back. So like if you've had a back injury, especially the lower back, I just want you to take it easy, okay? Maybe do the modification. If you do decide to go for it, maybe do 20 seconds, see how you're doing, and then modify for the last 20 seconds. So those are the movements here. Remember, anything can be modified. And if you're like, holy freaking, I know it works the core, but by the end, you're probably gonna wake up tomorrow with sore arms because we're holding up our body weight. but that's the point of today. So I want you to keep in mind that just because I say 45 seconds of work, 15 seconds of rest, maybe that's not right for you, okay? And that is absolutely okay. Or maybe you're like, okay, I'm gonna try for the 45 seconds of work, 15 seconds of rest, but I can only survive 20 minutes. That's okay. Guess what? Months down the line, you have a chance to redo these movements and see your progress there, okay? Don't feel like you have to start like in the NFL, okay, to begin on the football field, all right? Everyone starts just by stepping on the field. So don't be stressed, don't be down on yourself. If you need extra modifications, please reach out. I would be happy to help you. If you have any questions about the exercises or anything like that, please let me know. I would be happy to help. Otherwise, the day 3 workout is all about you and what you need it to be. Turn the music on, blare the playlist, put your headphones in. I know you're gonna be blasting your core, but that's the great thing about this group. We're hitting full body. So we're not doing just like one thing. We're not just focusing on the glutes. We're not just focusing on the upper body. We're not just focusing on cardio. We're focusing on the core too. The core is so central to preventing injury, maintaining balance, all of these things, and it gets neglected a lot. So we're also gonna be focusing on core strength in this group. If you have any questions, please reach out. You're doing amazing and you're almost to month 2, week 3.